Let's turn to that trip to the Middle East you just alluded to. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the visit led to at least $2 trillion in agreement. I want to show a graphic that our team made. This includes deals on arms, energy, aerospace, AI between the U.S. and those nations. Most of this money will go towards the militarization of our armed forces, which makes sense. But it also includes a lot of money going into AI. So does that mean that now AI will really be controlled by the Saudi government? Will they have so much influence on our AI? What are your big takeaways here, David?
Well, first of all, it's a stunning figure that they were able to get that high of a commitment from these three Gulf countries, and we'll see if they follow through on their pledges. But if they do, it would be a positive for American industry, and it might even result in some American manufacturing jobs coming back to the United States. With respect to AI, there is some criticism that for the U.S. and our technology companies to now cooperate with the countries in the Gulf, it means that we are providing them with technology which we have refused under export controls in the past to provide them with. Now, my understanding is there were also negotiations about putting limits on what these Gulf countries can do with the AI technology that they get from the United States. And this includes some tracing systems so that we know if they pass along the technology we give them to other countries, we will know about that. In particular, the United States is worried about that technology being passed on to China. But on the other side, those who support this say they're probably going to get this technology anyway, and we'd rather they get it from the United States and from our technology companies than from China. Moreover, in return, the Gulf countries are putting more investment into the AI companies in the United States, allowing them to advance and innovate with AI.
Really great context there. Thank you, David. On his way back from the Middle East, President Trump said Iran now has a U.S. nuclear deal proposal in its hands. He sounded optimistic. Here's what he said.
It'll be taken care of 100%. It'll be done nicely or not nicely. And the not nicely is not a good thing for them. And I think we're talking to them and I think they've come a long way.
Iran, however, responding to the president hours later, saying they have not received any U.S. proposal. So going back and forth and this mixed messaging, how close are we actually to a deal here, David?
Well, there seems to be some misunderstanding there. President Trump's statement is pretty interesting in very simplistic terms. He's saying either it's going to happen nicely, which means we have some sort of agreement, or not so nicely, meaning, I guess, in veiled terms, that he might use a military option with Iran. Now, we don't know what Iran is going to do, and if Iran is saying they don't even have a deal. But the real question is, what is the deal that the United States has proposed to Iran? What is the U.S. willing to accept? Remember, President Trump was the biggest critic of the JCPOA deal with Iran that President Obama signed. So is he going to get a better deal than that? And I'm skeptical that Iran is going to give up its nuclear ambitions, give up its nuclear weapons program, give up the enriched uranium that it has and the centrifuges that it uses to enrich uranium in return for nothing. And so what Iran is going to demand is sanctions relief. It's going to demand release of frozen funds, the things that President Obama did that President Trump criticized. But perhaps President Trump, through his threats, like the veiled threat that he made there, will persist in getting Iran to give this up just because Iran doesn't want the military option exercised against Iran. And I would say that Iran is in a particularly weak position right now because its proxy forces around the Middle East have been decimated by Israel.
David Tafuri, always great job explaining these complicated subjects. I know you were live in Ukraine. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.